Hello to everybody out there, out here. Welcome to United Sports TV. I'm Nana One. I'm your host for today's show, and I welcome everybody. It's been a long 2 weeks off for Manchester United, guys. You all do know, as they are on the training camp tour in Dublin, Finland, and there's been a lot going on. United trying to stay active because we do know we had international break. We did have the FA Cup break, so Michael Carrick wasn't trying to just stay in England with the players, looking door and all that stuff, being a quarantine. He just wanted to, get them exposed out there, trying to give them some new ideas, ways of, and things to implement as the season draws closer. We all do know 7 more games to go. We take on Leeds on Monday, and the rest of the 6 games is to be decided. But United need at least 10 to 13 points to secure Champions League spot. And as Arsenal winning at the Sporting Lisbon, this week means whichever team finish fifth on the table in the Premier League this season also has an advantage to qualify for the Champions League next season. So it's a lot. It's really a lot, and United is trying to do everything possible and everything to make sure top four and Champions League is secure for next season. So I do have hope in that, but I love what Michael Carrick is doing with these guys. He really knows how to bring the best out of these guys, like on a real talk. I've seen coaches come around. I have seen managers come around. But Michael Carrick, charisma, spirit, and workload at least tells us a lot about what he has for Manchester United and how the players are comfortable, do believe in him, do believe in his tactical formation and how they approach each and every game. We all do know. Ruben Amorim lost to 10-man Everton at Old Trafford. The same happened with Michael Carrick, as he also lost to Newcastle United with 10 men. So you can't even point a finger at the man because he's done a lot ever since he took over as an interim boss. So kudos to Michael Carrick and kudos to the players for whatever they're doing. So guys, let's get into today's topic. Man United set for Nordic preseason tour. Harry Maguire tells Man United to spend big as summer looms, one squad depth boost. Man United to part ways with Onana after transzonspor loan spell. Ahmed backs Carrick for Man United permanent coaching job. Alright guys, these are the stuff we're going to be talking about today. It's really interesting. I can't wait to get into it with you guys. Alright guys, let's get into it. Man United set for Nordic preseason tour. United is planning a preseason tour in Finland, in Sweden, like there's a lot. Manchester United will play preseason friendlies in Finland, Norway, and Sweden. The Premier League giants announced Thursday. The 4 games are in addition to a match against bitter rivals, their Old Trafford opponents in a league match on Monday in Dublin on August 12th. United face Wrexham, owned by Hollywood Diallo, Reynolds and Bob Eklanley at the Olympic Stadium in Helsinki on July 18th. The Red Devils then travel to Norway to play Rosenborg at Tordensim Lekindal Stadium 6 days later. The Swedish leg of their tour features a game against Atletico Madrid in Snapdragon Cup at the Strawberry Arena on August 1st before they take on Paris Saint-Germain in Tottenham the following week. Manchester United Director of Football Jason Walker told the club's website following the announcement of our match against Leeds in Dublin, we are excited to confirm 4 more preseason fixtures in the Nordics. So guys, we all do know United's been traveling for the past, let's say, a decade now to the States, United States here to have their preseasons, and it's all been going good. They've been playing in right now globally with the war against Iran, United States, wars going on and stuff. So even with the World Cup, there's going to be a lot of issues going on. But United decided to switch up because they were not taking no chances looking at the situation with Iran and United States. So United is planning for Finland, planning for Sweden and Norway for the preseason games, which we're going to play Atletico Madrid, Racing, and Rosenberg. So it's going to be a tough, game because these are teams we don't normally play. We do know some teams that United do play to keep active and stuff in preseason, but these are new teams United is going to encounter this preseason. So it's going to be a new challenge. It's going to be a whole different new game for these players. Most of them has been in the preseason with, as I said, previous teams. But this Rexen, Rosenberg, and Atletico Madrid is a whole different new teams that United is going to face. So it's a whole different new challenge for these guys, and I hope United is going to make good use of it because I know and I believe in this team. So far as they can qualify for Champions League next season, it is going to be a good season for Manchester United coming next season, because I do believe in this team and we suffered a lot, we endured a lot, but I knew the time was coming, I knew the time was close, the gap was that close for United to get back on their feet. So I'm really happy to see Manchester United, performing and improving and giving good games to supporters, like worldwide. There's nobody out there as a United fan that's not going to say they are happy with the progress of Man United after Ruben Amorim left with Michael Carrick coming in as interim boss. So there's no United fan out there that's going to argue about that. So I don't have much to say about that, but I give kudos to the team and Michael Carrick for such a good job done within 2 or 3 months. Maguire tells Man United to spend big as summer loans, one squad depth. Wow, boost. But Harry Maguire has urged Manchester United to sign significant reinforcement this summer in order to compete for major honors next season. The England international was due to become free agent in July, but he has signed a new 1-year contract extension at Old Trafford to extend his spell at the club until 2027. Maguire has re-established himself as integral player for the Red Devils under interim boss Michael Carrick, and his return to prominence has coincided with their impressive recent run of results in the Premier League. Man United are currently third in the English top flight table with 9 fixtures remaining, and Maguire believes they are capable of pushing on next season if the club's nail their recruitment during the upcoming summer transfer window. Speaking to reporters whilst on a training camp in Dublin, Maguire admitted, "I always want to be part of a squad that feels like could compete, and the recruitment went well last year. We brought in some top players who helped us." I mean, I do agree with Harry Maguire, and most of these signings were made by Ruben Amorim. You understand? Because we all saw what happened with the strikers situation. United wanted Victor Gokaresh, who ended up signing with Arsenal. United wanted, what's the guy's name? Diallo, who ended up signing with Chelsea. Man United wanted a lot of targeted strikers, but most of them wasn't trying to move to Old Trafford. Looking at United's situation, nobody was trying to get involved, signing or putting a pen on the paper for United. So Ruben Amorim did a good job. Matthias Cunha, Brian Mbeumo, Benjamin Sesko, and looking at 26 games played for Benjamin Sesko, 9 goals scored with 4-5 assists. That tells a lot, because looking at Diallo that rejected Man United for Chelsea, Diallo only has 2 goals in like 30-something games, which Benjamin Sesko played less. So that tells the kind of blow United dodged when Diallo rejected us. The kind of blow United dodged when Victor Gokaresh protected us, you know. So kudos to Ruben Amorim for, you know, bringing in these players. I always knew these guys were going to improve because looking at our attacking front last season, it was bad as it was. Like there was nothing good about it that you can definitely say about or argue about. You know, with Garnacho, with Rasmus Højlund, with Marcus Rashford, you know, there was a lot. There was a lot going on, you know, with the immaturity and, you know, not taking our chances, you know, and a lot of load was on Manchester United, you know. So the only thing United had was to offload some of these players and make sure they replace them with players who wants to be in the Red Devils colors, the players who wants to play for the team, not for self-interest. Because we all do know what happens. If a player only comes for the money, that's a problem. They don't give the 100%. It always happens in so many situations. We've seen them with teams, players not happy. They only came there for the money, but their heart doesn't belong to the team or wherever they are. We've seen it several times happening. You know, it's not a much problem with me, but if it's a problem in a team and it can be resolved, I think that's the best way to go about it because there's no way United was going to improve if we were to keep such players still around. And that was certainly was going to affect United in so many ways because Manchester United wasn't going to get nothing. With examples of Andre Onana, examples of Anthony, you know, Christian Eriksen, there are some players we let go. That's really helped Manchester United in so many ways because there was a lot, you know, salary cap, paying players who are not willing to be there. Like, it was a lot going on Manchester United. And most former players, you know, was admitted that why don't we let, you know, most of these players go because it seems like they don't want to be here. And Manchester United found a way to definitely offload these guys. And such a good decision for Manchester United because there was no way United was going to get out of those overloaded squad because that was a lot of money paying. You know, it wasn't going to make no sense for Manchester United to keep spending, looking at the players who don't want to be there and players who just feels like United don't have enough to offer because they can do whatever they want. And so far as they are getting paid week in, week out, monthly, their contract is still intact. There was no problem with them. They knew that everything was going to go their way so far as they have contract with Manchester United. So I really do appreciate that and love the way United handled such situation. Man United to part ways with Onana after transzonspor long spell. Okay, guys, we all do know what Andre Onana problem was at Manchester United. Overconfidence, not knowing what he was doing, but always felt like he was doing the right thing, complaining, not giving a damn about supporters, not giving nothing about whatever team may say, always having argument with defenders, not taking his fault. Like Andre Onana will technically make a mistake, but he's not going to take the fault for that. He's always going to boast and just hit on his chest saying that that wasn't his fault. And we all do saw that because looking at Sonny Lamens coming in tells you the kind of goalkeeper Andre Onana was. Impatient, inexperienced, not good as he thought he was, and always on edge to argue or bring out different, you know, problems. Because we saw some goals that he conceded. Although I'm not a goalkeeper, but I can clearly say to myself, I could have saved that ball. But Andre Onana let most of United fans down, let the whole team down. So many games that cost us. I remember Champions League game at Bayern Munich, group stage. The match ended 4-3. United scored 3 goals at Allianz Arena in Germany, but still lost the game to Bayern Munich because of what Andre Onana's terrible errors he committed. Like the whole game was full of Andre Onana. Rasmus Højlund scored, Bruno Fernandes scored, Casemiro scored. But Andre Onana was not keeping the post safe, not trying to make sure United was safe in no way. So that became a problem, and it's always going to be a problem when it comes to Andre Onana. So I love the fact that United have made an idea of taking their decision to let Andre Onana go after his loan spell at Transzonspor in Turkey, and that will help United a lot because whatever money we get from there helps us this coming summer transfer window with whatever players we're trying to bring in. I know for sure United need to make sure Tom Heaton is gone so we can get a replacement as a third keeper because I keep saying, why is Tom Heaton still there? What is he doing? Fine, he's an experienced goalkeeper, grown, he's aged out, he's warmed up. So what is Tom Heaton still doing over there for Manchester United? You know, just the salary cap can also help bring in new goalkeepers, young, talented, and hungry, you know, to perform. So, guys, that is to me. With Andre Onana gone, I think, hey, I'll pop a champagne for that. To see Andre Onana leave Manchester United, all praise to the Most High Jah. And we thank God. Ahmed Bax Carrick for Man United permanent coaching job. I mean, most are saying the job should be given to Michael Carrick, but to me, we've seen this before. We've seen this movie before. We know how he played out. So I'm not even going to comment on that. But Ahmed Diallo has a lot to say when it comes to Michael Carrick. Manchester United winger Ahmed Diallo back interim boss Michael Carrick to become the club's permanent manager. Carrick was placed in charge until the end of the season in January following the sacking of Ruben Amorim. Since then, the former United and English midfielder has guided the club to 7 wins and just 1 defeat in 10 games. They now require 4 wins and a draw from their remaining 7 matches to return to the Champions League after 2 years absence. United Heritage have vowed not to rush into decisions and are likely to wait until the end of the season before making the final call. However, they are yet to speak to any alternatives and the number of options has reduced, with Thomas Tuchel committing to England and Roberto Di Zerbi opting to join Tottenham Hotspur. Speaking from the club 4-day training camp in the Republic of Ireland, Ahmed feels United already have the right man. From a person's view, he's the right man, said Ivorian International. He has a lot of experience, he knows the club and has the DNA. His relationship with every player is very good. Sometimes this kind of manager can bring the club where they belong. It's not the players who decide, but my honest option is we are really happy to have Michael Carrick as a manager, while it would be a surprise for a player not to offer their support to the manager. Performances on the field suggest the relationship with Carrick and his squad goes deeper than just words. We have got good experience with him, said striker Mbuemo. He knows how to talk to us and we are going to try to take as much as we can from him. It's been easier because he knows the players. It's been great to work under him. That's, you know, as a former player and as an English international, we all do know how Sir Alex Ferguson brought the best out of these players. So for me personally, these guys, they did learn a lot from Sir Alex Ferguson. I mean, I can't speak much for others. Gary Neville, Valencia came home, Bosco's, nobody wants to talk about it. You know, like their coaching jobs went in a, you know, in a kind of fishy way, ended up in a bad way, all being getting fired. We understand, but we see Michael Carrick come to United before. This is his second word spell. He came in first time, was sacked after a disastrous spell. We all saw that. Went back to championship, did a lot with Middlesbrough. We all saw how he transformed Middlesbrough's team. Okay, fast forward. He coming back to Manchester United has really improved his team. We've really seen the best out of players. Benjamin Sesko wasn't all that Benjamin Sesko during Ruben Amorim's time, because guess what? That wasn't Ruben Amorim's choice as a striker. No doubt. Ruben Amorim never wanted Benjamin Sesko. His first options never came true. His second option never came true. Benjamin Sesko was the last option on the table for Manchester United. And the guy accepted our ordeal and decided to play for us. And look at where Benjamin Sesko is now. Scoring goals, Brandon Mbuemo scoring goals, second highest scorer in the league, or joint scorer in the league with Benjamin Sesko, Matthias Cunha scoring, So whatever player to me that Ruben Amorim brought in has really made an impact on this team. But what Ahmed Diallo is trying to really say here about Michael Carrick is the guy really knows us, he knows the DNA of this team, and he knows how to bring the best out of each and every one of us here. So why not give him the job? Because to me, I think he's already the right man for this coaching job. So Ahmed Diallo making a point here. But let's not put all our eggs in one basket, because it's going to be a problem at the end of the day. Let's not forget what happened. I've already said this. We do remember so many coaches that came in as interim bosses winning matches. The perfect example is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did a lot for Manchester United as an interim boss. But after he was given the permanent job, United war started crumbling. Our war started breaking down and stuff. Like, United wasn't who we thought Michael Carrick or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was going to make Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's ideas and stuff as an interim coach was helping, but when he became a permanent boss, everything came down, everything crumbled. So we're not going to make tough decisions here. That Michael Carrick is the right man. Till the end of season is here for us to see where Manchester United is. That is where decisions can be made about Michael Carrick. But for now, United cannot go ahead and just make rational decisions, knowing that a lot can happen in these few weeks or few months for the rest of the season. So I do agree with the management, the board, the recruitment team, like whatever they're doing with the decisions and ideas they're putting in or making, to wait till the end of the season to make that announcement, whether it's going to be Michael Carrick, because you already know Thomas Tuchel already committed to England, and Roberto De Zerbi looks likely to join Tottenham Hotspur after Tottenham sacked their newly coach, who was just employed for like 3-4 months. So United, two options that they were looking at, because there are not too many options for Manchester United. Know that, guys. United don't have so many options when it comes to this coaching job. With coaches they're looking at, with managers they profiling. No. But if you're gonna say something now impromptu and just say, oh, give the job to Michael Carrick, at the end run, we're gonna come back and start to reminisce back and know the kind of mistakes we did. So I do agree with this team for the decision they're making, waiting till the end of the season to make the official announcement of whoever Manchester United permanent coach is going to be for next season. Hoping to qualify for Champions League football. That will be a lot money generated coming into Old Trafford, coming into the team. There's going to be a lot of travels, and that is what we United fans hope to see. United out there competing in Europe, playing for so many trophies. That keeps the team active, and that is what we've always been saying. In order to compete in such competitions, you need a squad in depth. That's what Harry Maguire was talking about. United need to sign in more players to keep the squad boosted in case Champions League football pops up next season. Alright, guys, I appreciate each and everybody for joining the show today. I know it was a long 2 weeks off for Manchester United for the Premier League, and I appreciate each and everybody, for the patience, your time you already put in me, and I love whatever you guys are doing. Thanks for sharing my channel. Thanks for liking my videos. Thanks for subscribing. But if you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn your notifications on, give me a thumbs up, and share the program to keep us going. This has been Nana with you from the studios of United Sports TV. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.